Sensei Victoria Whitfield, your journey partner in business, welcoming you back to episode 50, of the Journeypreneur Podcast. This is your source for channeled holistic stress management techniques, guidance, inspiration, and motivation to stay on your path to rapid financial ascension and massive impact as a conscious entrepreneur. The title of this podcast episode is When Teamwork Sucks. So I am sending you so much love if you hate working in teams right now. If you are the awesome number one loner in the world, introverts unite, right? Achievers unite. Screw the team. I'm with you. I feel you, and I am sending you so much love if teamwork for you really, really sucks. There's an opportunity for you to open up and to receive more love and more healing now, especially when something about your work life sucks. And so I'd really like to talk to you about how to maybe open it up just a little bit. Open up your receptivity just a little bit. As we say in Reiki, if only just for today. So let's talk about it. So this podcast episode topic was inspired by my favorite person of all time ever. Love of my life, my nephew. Hi, baby, if you're listening. I love you so much. And he was here to visit, and we had a really long talk about, being able to work with others, and how historically he and I both have not really enjoyed that. So let me share my side of the story. When I think back to my earlier experiences of working in teams, I immediately go to experiences in school and college, and whenever as a young person I would be paired up or put in groups with others on some sort of a project, and I was sharing this with my nephew, I had serious trust issues. Like, I know these people are not going to do it very well. I know they're not going to do it as well as I possibly could, or as fast as I possibly could, so I'm going to do the bulk of the work and then give them tiny little snippets of things to do. Like something that, a baby could do, or a 3-year-old perhaps. Like someone with no capability. I have that much trust in the people on my team. I'll just give them like the most menial possible tasks and give me all of the actual work. And my nephew, I love him, and he was nodding along. He's like, yep, exactly. Right? It's been his experience too. And back then when I was doing that, I felt really powerful, and I felt in control of the situation because most of the responsibility was put on me. Right? It felt really good to have that much control and responsibility because I didn't have to worry about things going awry, because if it is to be, it's up to me. Now, if you listened to a previous podcast episode of mine, I relate to you a story about having a toxic can-do attitude. If you haven't listened to that podcast episode yet, after the end of this one, feel free to jump back there. It's a doozy. But that was really my initiation, thinking of our last episode, into I'm an expert on let's work together, people. I've officially been knocked into understanding that, I can't do it all by myself. But I am an expert in understanding how satisfying it feels, right, to do all the things. Hashtag all the things, right? Or get it done. It's so nice to feel busy. Or it's so nice to feel like you're on task and getting things done and checking the boxes. I hope, by the way, you are cringing as I say all of this. Like, I feel like I can see you listening in. cringing as I'm describing all of this. And I know the right people for me are going to be like, oh, don't take away my boxes. Don't take away my checklist. No, don't take away my tasks. Don't take away my 100% control of all the things, right? I love you. I want you to know that from the heart, I really do love you. Because I am you. I know exactly how you feel. And teamwork sucks the most. Because you and I are experts at making it suck. Right? Hindsight's 2020. When I look back at how I used to operate in teams, I would create so much suffering for myself by putting #all the things onto my plate. And not having the courage and the presence. And I mean that in a sense of, I don't mean that as like some amorphous mindfulness, new agey term presence. I mean like literally being present and leaning in, having productive conversations, precise conversations, and precise documentation and precise meetings. I was contributing to my own suffering. Teamwork sucked because I made it suck really, really bad. Really, really bad. Having that mindset of if it is to be, it's up to me. With love, there's more out there than just that kind of a mindset. I'll put it on me. I started to choose to believe that I deserve better in my life. That there's more for me than constantly tasking or being wholly and completely buried in minutia. I'm worth more. I chose to believe that I'm worth more, and I also took a few knocks. By the way, check out that other Toxic Can-Do Attitude podcast episode. I took a few knocks that forced me to start choosing to value myself. Forced me to start daring to ask for help. You know, maybe you have taken a few knocks that have forced you to ask for help. But with love, teamwork doesn't always have to suck. It can actually become really seamless. And the stepping stone from that one paradigm of if it is to be, it's up to me, and if these people don't get it, that just means they're dumb, and I gotta treat them like they're complete idiots, which, by the way, is, oh my goodness, so rude. Hey, like, people aren't that dumb. Like, whoa. Anybody has intelligence. Like, we gotta give people more credit for that. But to move from that mental paradigm, that controlled false superiority paradigm, to move from that controlled false significance, right, that manufactured significance paradigm of, hey, I'm going to create as much work for me as possible so that I feel important and so that I have my attention, because without it, I am not important, and I don't have my attention or my approval, right? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Spooky, spooky stuff underneath that mindset. I'm trying to, like, crack that open for you. Let me open up just a little bit to help you get a little bit more receptive to making teamwork less painful and less sucky. So the one stepping stone from that paradigm to I love working with people. It is so nice to see other people do things for and with me. I trust others. I'm open and willing to work in groups or to work in teams, to collaborate, to co-create. I'm excited to collaborate. I'm excited for teamwork. This is what energizes me. The one stepping stone that I found in my life that I want to share with you, because this podcast is all about where I park all the nuggets on my journey, to help you on yours. And also nuggets from others, by the way. We got some more interviews coming up for you in later podcast episodes. The one stepping stone is communication and studying communication dynamics. See, this is what came up between me and the love of my life, my nephew. We were talking about working with others, is how difficult and how intricate communication is. Like, sure, it takes a certain amount of patience to, switch your mindset from, I'm going to have it do the thing now, to, all right, we are going to have and do the things right together as a team. Sure, there's a degree of patience. However, it really came forward, and I realized more about this for myself personally as I was speaking to my dear, that the more I started studying communication, leadership, group dynamics, psychology, how to communicate, how to build rapport, neurolinguistics, right, and being able to speak across multiple learning types, the better a team player I became. And actually, I started enjoying working with teams and working with my team. The more I dove into understanding how people work, right? That's communication, how to relay what my needs are to others. Learning more about delegation. There's this book that one of my former mentors, I think this is where I'll leave off for today. One of my former mentors, she recommended to us, and it is the most simple book ever. Like, they break it down Barney style. Like, it is so simple. I literally bit the book. I'm a type of person who has a very physical and emotional relationship with the books that she has. So yes, I literally bit my book. I was like, I can't believe how simple this is. I'm so frustrated. I want to go back to being ignorant, but I officially can't. So she recommended this book, and now I'm going to pass it on to you. It's if you want it done right, you don't have to do it yourself. Like, come on, simple title. Go ahead, go whip out your Amazon or your Barnes & Noble or wherever you're getting books, and type in, if you want it done right, you don't have to do it yourself. Last time, if you want it done right, you don't have to do it yourself. That book took me to a whole nother level of being able to communicate my needs, and to understand team dynamics and understand why there's suffering amongst us. Like, why is there suffering? Why are we, as we're working together, feeling like we're suffering? Why do I feel like I'm suffering? And by the way, a hint that you are suffering in the team is that you're starting to resent the other people around you, and you're lacking trust. Like, there's a fundamental lack in trust in others. And this book, it's super tiny. You could read it in, like, I don't know, a couple hours. It has pictures. Right? So it's so deliciously, painfully simple. Highly recommend it. But what they break down is exactly how to delegate. It is Delegation 101, and it all comes down to effective, productive, precise communication. So that, I don't normally throw out book recommendations, but that one is so painfully good, I have to tell you, I highly recommend you grab that and read it. And while you're at it, once you've read it, go ahead on to victoriawhitfield.com/contact, jump on my calendar, and let's talk about it. I want to hear, What did you learn? Did you bite your book too? If so, I want to see, send me a screen shot of your bite marks of that frustrated learning. I love it. Yeah. And let's talk about it, because teamwork doesn't have to suck so hard. But what actually sucks is your communication skills, or at least from one formerly crappy communicator to another, right? You're missing out on so much love, so much support, and so much abundance if you would just put in the time to get curious about how to better communicate and understand others. Communicate yourself, communicate with others, communicate even within yourself, right? And understand yourself and others. It's so nourishing to have that skill. And watch how your business and life grows after you invest your time and energy in improving your communication skills, right? And really understanding more of those relationship dynamics. So I'm sending you so much love. That's it for today's podcast episode. Thanks again to all my 5-star reviews, my subscribers. Hey guys, on iTunes and on Podbean. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Big hugs and love. Don't lose your glow as you grow your life and business. Stay on the path, and let's stay on it together. I'll see you in the next podcast episode. Mwah! Bye for now.